What's up, everybody? The Comics Noob here. How are you? Welcome to the Comics Noob podcast. You can call me the Comics Noob, or Chris, or Ronan, whatever. Today we are also with the guy that's always with me normally. Is Alec. AJ Dubs, sorry.
Happy to be here for this special episode featuring me. This is great.
For the special episode, which is basically every episode. This is episode 8, if you're keeping track. I am, only for prosperity purposes. Posterior purposes, which means my butt. So what's up, guys? What's going on, Alec? How was your week?
Shitty.
Tiring,
yeah.
I get, right?
I mean, except all the parts
shitty,
where I was hunting Pokemon. Those parts were awesome.
But you're also making money
course,
working, so it can't, it is what it is. Guys, if you don't know what this is a podcast.
Yeah.
Everybody? No, this is a podcast where me, Chris, I got back into comics not too long ago at the start of this podcast, actually, starting with DC Rebirth, and then I decided, let's just do first issues of things, So we generally talk about first issues that came out pretty much around this year, the very end of 2015, that are still in their, 10 or less issues, basically, of anything that we can get our hands on, anything we can come up with, anything that you guys suggest, and part of this thing is so that you guys can help fill me in on where I'm missing some pieces of things, because if I'm just starting on a comic that's been out for a while and about characters, stuff like that, I don't really know, and so I'm not going to do the research. I'll let you guys tell me, and that's that. Anyway, yeah, so we talk about comic. We don't really review. We do spoilers. The whole thing is basically spoiler worth. We just talk about them, and we go through them. So please, guys, let us know what you think. We'd love to get a conversation going about the things we talk about, and we just like doing it, and it's fun, and we're geeks, and we're nerds, and whatever the fuck. Anyway, that's
before we get into anything. Can I bring attention to one thing that I just realized? I've been flipping past this in probably every single DC Rebirth issue that I've bought from the comic store since the shit started. Okay. Because I've seen the pictures, but I don't know why I never read like the little bubbles. It's a 3-page spread, and Batman and Superman are chilling there, and fucking Doomsday comes in, all right, and slams his fucking fist down like on like Doomsday shit, Superman says, "Oh no, not again." Batman says, "I'll handle this," and pulls out a fucking Snickers. Right? And he says, "You get really cranky when you're hungry." And the fucking third page is them standing there with fucking Wonder Woman. And she's like, much better. And he's like, and Superman's like, right, quick thinking.
Yeah, that's, okay, so that's their new thing that I think they started this month, actually. Man. Was it this month? Or
dude, I think it's been all the Rebirth, but I might just be this month. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Possibly, yeah. Like I said, I get everything digital, guys, so I don't have the print as part of the deal here.
The last one, he goes, "You should see what it's like when Robin gets hungry."
Oh man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's what they do. That's part of their what are they called?
I want a Snicker now, so that works.
I know that's product placement, and that's part of their revenue stream. So they put a big 3-page. I don't know who's drawing those, but those are the ads. Yeah, those are pretty funny. It's funny because, like I said, I get all digital here, and Alec gets all of the hard copies, and so I don't see those in the digital. So, but anyway, that's good stuff. I also want to start. Before we start, I'd like to ask you a question, and that is, what do you think we should have a specific path, or I can't think today, guys. Sorry, a specific outline of how we talk about things. Like, okay, so if you've listened to the podcast for a little bit now, okay, we're 8 episodes in, which is awesome. We're very rah-rah about a lot of the stuff we read, but then again, we're only going to really want to talk about the stuff that we like. I mean, why, this is as positive we could be, guys. Why talk about shit we don't like? There's so many people doing that. We just want to, especially if the shit we don't read. Like, I'm not going to read a shitty comic and then go talk about it. That's just not what the show is. That's not what I want to do. I don't have the time to do that. So if we read something and we give it a chance and it isn't great, like we did last week with Justice League Rebirth, we were like, the verdict was, I'm gonna at least try the next issue, and I think Alex has it done by now. So, but so there are going to be times where we will not be so positive about something, but for the most part, we're talking about stuff we like. Otherwise, we're not. But here's the other thing too. If someone says, "Hey guys, go read this, go start this series," and we do, and we'll come back the next episode or something and let you know whether we like it and whether we'll continue with it or not. So so that's what's cool. It's a little interaction there with everything. But now, as far as that, should we do like an outline? I mean, this could have been a conversation off air,
I feel like we already do. I feel like we already do, because right before we start, we're like, all right, we're doing this, this, and this, and we're talking about this to end it off. All right, that's it. Get it going.
No, but I mean specifically each comic. So the first comic, all right, so this week we're going to talk about Batman, Green Arrow, and Lucas Stand. So we're going to start off with Batman. So, but should we start? Normally we just be like, I like this, I didn't like this.
No, yeah, that's the way to do it. I definitely think that's the way to do it. Only because me and you notice different things, like different things drawn on every page, different things said by different characters. That one of us may miss. You know what I mean? So I feel like we have to do it free to really cover everything.
Yeah. All right. Not that I wanted to. I just had a thought right before we started, and I was like, I wonder if maybe we should, because, but whatever. Okay, so fuck it. Let's see. Let me grab this time code. Where are we at? What are we at? Okay, so let us go into Batman right now. Let's just fucking do it up. And this is going to be Batman. Now, I keep saying Rebirth. It's Batman 2016. That's what they fucking label it as. All right, but so the Batman Rebirth. We're in issue number 3. All right. This issue, bro. I got a lot of notes on this one. Not a lot, not a shit ton, but a decent amount. So I guess I'll go first.
Yeah.
With that, really. I'm gonna start just by saying Tom King, fucking home run.
I can't stop this shit. It's like, it's unreal.
This guy's hitting him out of the fucking park, man.
This shit gets my fucking emotions running. Like this Batman is like, it's fucking awesome. It's, oh my god.
Let me ask you this. Now, you've read a shit ton more.
Dude, I haven't had this feeling of reading Batman since I first started. Like, I remember when I first started reading Batman, and I wasn't even doing comics. I was just doing graphic novels. Like, I was just buying all of these story arcs and just reading all of them. And, like, I remember, like, what it felt like the first time I read Hush, and then the first time I read Year One, and then the first time I read Nightfall, and then, like, and that feeling of, like, truly not knowing what the fuck could possibly happen next. It's like, sometimes Batman comics do get a little predictable, only because you're like, all right, well, Batman's got this, and this, and I know he knows how to do this, so he'll just get out of it this way. And it's like, when he's fighting the Riddler every fucking third comic, it's like, it does get a little repetitive. But, there was so many storylines in the past that were so diverse and crazy, like, even way back. And now this seems like another one of those, and like, it's very fucking suspenseful, and I love that shit.
Okay, so it's not, so it feels not just like another Batman comic or generic fucking Batman comic.
No,
it feels something to you. Like, so this writing, my whole point is that, do you think that Tom King as a writer is just basically like
this is memorable? Like, 40 years from now, when there's another 16 Batman story arcs all completed, I'll look back and I'll say the fucking Rebirth back in 2016 was fucking crazy. Like
was the shit.
And it ain't even just that, it's Flash and all the other ones. Like, all the shit is all coming together to be very nice.
Well, I agree. Again, I haven't been in comics for a very long time, so I really can't speak. Like, I've gone back and read a bit of the New 52 for various characters, but nothing that I'm in the completely in the midst of, just to get a little bit here and there. But yeah, I mean, these guys that they've chosen to head these stories, these characters are fucking dope. So I mean, let's go into the actual issue here. And so again, guys, spoilers, all right? So if you haven't read it, it's too bad. So fucking it starts out very Bruce Wayne parents killing scene. And I'm like, this is okay, what's happening here,
You kind of realize a little quick though that it's not Bruce Wayne and his parents, because of like different circumstances and stuff like that.
Well, right, the guy, like the guy's
one thing that immediately, as soon as I opened this shit, popped into my head. I just fucking don't get this. Okay, we're in Gotham here. This is the Batman universe. Everybody fucking knows what happened to Thomas and Martha Wayne. Why do people in Gotham City still walk down alleyways? Why? Why do fucking do men in suits walk with their hot wives and young kids through fucking alleyways in Gotham fucking City? Why do you do that?
Because
that's
listen,
like wearing a Confederate flag in
it,
Compton and just acting like it's everyday life. Like, why? I don't understand that.
Well, you listen, because you can't live your life afraid of that shit.
Okay, it's not about that. It's not about that. But you have to think about that to a certain extent. Like, I live in this city.
I do think it's about that.
Up. I can't be going down alleyways because I know what lurks down alleyways. And let's face it, like that also is different depending on the person. Like me, I carry a knife. You know what I'm saying? So I know if something happens to me, I have a little bit of a chance. This guy obviously don't got shit going. Like he knows he ain't defending
Well, wait,
his
but let me
family.
stop you.
You know what I mean?
Well, but wait, you got to remember he's also rich. This is another wealthy individual, and you have to imagine that Gotham, if and as well as I do, Gotham is half and half. You have the wealthy people of Gotham, which is, I guess, any real city. But Gotham has its wealthy people, and then they have the people that live in the slums and in the broke down parts. So these people, like the Waynes, are people like that. They're wealthy people, and he says it later on in the issue when he says, "I made a lot of money," right? I think he says, right, or something like that, or he says, "I did well in my business," or whatever the guy says. So again, that's how you know. Okay, so I get what you're saying, but you know what? It's a really interesting thing that Tom King decided to do this particular thing for the catalyst for Gotham and Gotham Girl, because it goes to show you what happened to the Waynes was not an isolated incident. It wasn't like that was the only thing that happened, and then it made the Batman. No, it means this happens all the fucking time.
And then Bruce Wayne had the means and the drive and the determination to turn this into something
right. What do you?
huge.
It's and actually, it makes perfect sense because, again, let's just say 1 out of 50 people, 1 out of 1,000 people that gets mugged became Batman. Like that's. Think of it like that, and then years later, 1 out of another 5,000 after all the time has gone by became Gotham and Gotham Girl, and that's basically what happened, And I really, really like it that it's a similar story because you have to realize it ties them to Batman in a way that not even like Robin or Todd or Tim Drake probably have.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
That's definitely true.
Robin, Grayson, Dick Grayson, he had, his parents obviously, they were killed in front of him. Same situation. He has that anger. Tim Drake was not, and I don't remember what happened to Todd. Or was Todd just another guy he brought in? I don't really know Jason Todd's story, but I don't think it was the same as Batman, right? So what I'm trying to say is his quote unquote sidekicks or people who would literally fight in Gotham with him are not tied to him other than a mentor capacity.
That I see why
besides
you're saying
maybe
that.
besides
I definitely
maybe the
see
first
why
Robin.
You're saying that. But as of Batman and Robin Eternal, that whole idea just put through the fucking shredder. Like, dude,
really?
That's why I was telling you to read it, because this brings this whole like fucked up backstory behind all the Robins that like you didn't even know. And then like that.
I got it. Well, yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, definitely. I could see what you're saying with that. Yeah,
so I got to get on that then. Yeah, I got to get on that with my boy Snyder,
my boy,
who we're gonna meet soon. Well, dude, I'm telling you, I got a couple of issues. I got a few.
He's a good friend, Hey,
I know.
It's all Scotty over there.
He is. Shut up. He's gonna be. I'm gonna go to his house when I'm working and be like, "What's up, man?" Hey, man, I've got a few random issues of Batman and Robin Eternal straight from the man's house itself. So, straight from his garbage can. No, really, he just gets so much shit, he throws it out, and then she's just like he's like take it. She's like, all right. So, but anyway, yeah, okay, but you kind of agree that helps, that it like But regardless of that, right now, especially these two characters, they're tied to him in a way that's more personal than just a vendetta against somebody that killed someone. Okay, so moving on.
It's that classic, just wanted to be like your hero type of shit. You know what I mean?
Right. So, okay, so the one thing that tipped me off that obviously this wasn't Bruce Wayne, besides the fact that the guys, it's a similar but different scene, is that the fact that he's wearing a different suit. The bat's not gray. Yeah. The belt, I don't know. You could fucking tell me whatever you want about the belt, but the bat's
yellow.
Different.
Yeah,
and I was like,
did
they mess up on the collar? And they were like,
and the purple behind the cape.
Even his face. Look at his mask. The mask has a very 60s feel to it, different. Or 80s maybe. It's a different fucking mask, and the whole suit is different.
90s, like Hush area.
Yeah, the whole fucking suit is different because then when you go, now it's like, all right, so let's move on. All right, next scene is him talking to the parents and them, and now we find out that these two are, and I really like the fact that they seem like they're eclectic kids. They're kids of wealthy people. Hank and Claire are their names. Which third issue in we find out about them. Awesome, thank you.
Right, it wasn't fucking 30 issues later. Like, God.
Yeah, we don't need by the third story arc of the series we find out what the fuck's happening. No, thank you very much, Mr. King. The fact that it's fucking Bruce Wayne as the fucking
and this right
the guy
here.
Talking.
Are you familiar with the name Matches Malone?
No, but I figured it had something to do with something.
Seeing the name Matches Malone for like someone who's read a lot of Batman is fucking great because that is always the name that he uses when he's as an undercover ego. Like in plain sight like that he's always Matches Malone, and it's
with a match in his
so
mouth and shit.
Cool because it's like it never fails. Like when you see him about to go out like that, you're like, all right, he's about to be Matches Malone. Like it's almost another cowl of his. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't go as anyone else. Like that's his fucking his plain sight disguise. Like I love that shit. It's great.
That's great, dude. I honestly, again, this is the first time I'm seeing Matches Malone, which is fucking awesome. I was like, that is so fucking cool. Dude, this fucking issue, again, dude, we got a montage. We got not only, not a workout montage, but we had a montage
not an over
of their
the top
life.
Working out with his son montage. Okay.
I mean, unfortunately. But you know what I mean? But very, very cool how, and I just love this was such a great issue for so many reasons, and one being that we got to see these kids in the whole scene where she climbs into his bed because she's scared. She's scared about what happened to her family, and she wasn't even there. Like, that's crazy to me. And he's got old Batman and everything, and all these fucking drawings and pictures of him on his wall, and then they work out, and then they learn exactly. They do exactly what
I love how
Bruce Wayne
he uses Batman's quote to calm his.
As
and
their
I love
mantra.
What he said
Hell
too.
yeah.
He says, everyone gets scared, but remember, all that means is everyone gets the opportunity to fight that fear. Everyone gets the chance to be brave. I was like, fuck, that's great. Like, fuck, that's awesome.
That's like a perfect, like I said before, catalyst.
Without a doubt.
So we got just enough story. Okay? And now, of course, we need to know what the fuck happened when they were quote unquote.
Yeah, like we know who they are, but we don't know fully what happened.
So apparently there's an explosion. The panel of the top of that page is an explosion. Dude, just the shot of them, the silhouette of them on top of the roof looking at the bat signal. And then even them just with the weights in the hands, like both of them, it was just really, really cool. I just really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the brother sister vibe is great. I like that shit.
It's so cool, and I love that we got to hear them talking. I love that we got to hear, and even when we're with them, they have this old school feel to them.
Yeah, but I like how they're not all, oh, I'm Gotham, ho ho ho. Like they know that they're young. They know that they're under the wing of Batman.
Untrained,
that they're
right?
Not experienced,
yeah.
So you kind of see them being like a little more like calculated, like careful and stuff like that. Like, and I like that. You see their age. They're not just coming out of nowhere. Now they're fucking the biggest baddest thing on the block.
And pretending they're like the shit, right? Like they know what they're doing, right? So I'm super uber curious as to how they got their strength and their flight ability and everything like that, because flight's fucking insane. I don't care. I love flight.
Oh, yeah,
if I could pick one fucking
great, dude. I
superpower,
love flight.
it wouldn't be flight. It'd be telekinesis. But with telekinesis, I could fly. So there you go. But anyway, so dude, I mean, but even when when they see the explosion, like all of their, even the sound effect sounds are all in their vibe because it's with them. You know what I mean? And it's
actually, I didn't even realize that.
They're doing so well with it. Every time you see that, and it's based on see how they have that classic Gotham, the classic G for Gotham and stuff. Let's move it forward. I want to ask you, how about that sweet bat tech?
That sweet
bat
tech.
That fucking sweet bat tech when the fucking
car
I don't even know what kind of car that it just fucking splits. I'm talking about the split.
Let me tell you about
and
this
the
too.
fucking
Let me tell you about this
Batmobile.
too. Okay, and I'm glad I told you about the Snickers ad before, because I'm sitting on the toilet taking a shit. All right, and I'm flipping through. And I'm like, all right, there's this spread about Wonder Woman, and then I'm flipping through. There's 3 pages of Snickers, and then 4 pages of Snickers, and then finally I get to this shit, and all of a sudden there's fucking cars coming apart. There's a fucking motorcycle. The car goes back together. Like, what? I thought it was gonna like crash and go away. It fucking came back together. Like, and he doesn't he get in the car like he's just driving away like normal?
Yeah, he got in the car like it's a normal motherfucking car.
Like nothing. Takes off the Matches Malone mustache. Nice alliteration there.
Yeah.
And just drives the fucking way.
Yeah.
Like the car's like, here you go. I'm just going to put your suit on for you, and then split in fucking half. Here, have a motorcycle as a parting gift. Like that's fucking amazing. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah. And once again, fucking Alfred, man.
Yeah,
I
dude.
fucking love Alfred. He's just so great. The little bit he's in these things. So then you got that full motherfucking spread, man, where we finally get into their heads, where he's holding up the bridge and he's saying, he can't, it hurts. Like, it's just, again, the writing is so
right
concise.
Here shows, like, for anyone who's reading this and they're like, oh, well, just 2 more fucking Supermans now, like, this shows that that's not the case. They're not as strong. Like, if that was Superman, he'd have been holding that shit up with his dick. Like, it's no big deal. Like,
Yeah,
so
exactly,
they're struggling and shit. They can't hold on. Like, that shows, again, the inexperience. And, like, I like that. I like that.
I love it. And then more bat tech. He's just like
effortlessly,
dude.
Effortlessly.
I did what you did. Yeah, dude. And I did what you did this time. As I'm watching him fly through the over the bridge and like popping things out, that whole page, I'm making the sound effects.
I told you, man.
I was making the fucking, because we've seen it a whole bunch of times, especially in the Christian Bale Batmans, where he's fucking in a car chase with that shit, and it's just like, it's fucking so dope. So he's just, like you said, fucking effortlessly. What I didn't get was, where the fuck is that, the Batwing? That fucking thing just showed up
fucking nowhere and just here.
I'm like, what is he attaching that to? And then all of a sudden it's in the background,
just, like, chilling there, like.
It's like this guy knows everything
he's
all the
thought of it
time.
all.
Like, if there's something that he doesn't know what to do,
And that,
so
like
cool,
I love now that you see that he's thought of it all, because again, this is something that's great going back to old Batmans, is like all throughout history, you see him lose a lot. You see him get his ass kicked a lot. You see him slip up. You see him forget things. You see him overlook things. And now you see that he's at a point, like, all this time later in these comics, where now nothing fucking gets past him, dude.
It's basically old hat. It's essentially old fucking hat for him. And he's just like, but I mean, dude, then it comes up and he's just like, this is how it works. I'll run down the leads. I connect the bombers. You two watch the city. Like, he's probably like, if the next one comes before I can stop it, you do what you can. Like, I read that and I was like, oh yeah, fuck. Like, he's all right.
He's like,
all right,
here you go.
all right.
Hold on to Gotham for me while I'm away. Like,
I got some shit to do, and he's probably feels better because he's like, I feel like he's overwhelmed, because he said all this shit in the last issue. He was like, fuck, Alfred. He's like, all this shit. He's like, we got more fucking people, and now these 2 Supermen. And he's like, and Alfred's like, well, what the, duh. It's fucking Gotham, bro. Like, what did you think? And he's like, I'm just fucking tired. I heard it. You could just be like, I'm just fucking tired. All right, Alfred, I'm fucking tired. All right, all the shit I've been through, I'm tired.
You got to think about it, man. Bruce Wayne for like the 20, 30 years that he's Batman, he sleeps 3 hours a night. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Dude,
I mean,
the guy's fucking,
you know, and then
his work ethic is something nobody could ever imagine. Like that I think is his true fucking superpower above all. It's not his knowledge,
yeah, hell yeah, man,
any of that shit. It's just his fucking work ethic. It's his drive, his determination. You know, that shit don't lose to nothing, and that's the whole point of Batman,
and that's why
he's fucking great. Like
that's why exactly, and then the motherfucker jumps off a bridge.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
he fucking wrangles a plane through buildings. Like, let's not forget that shit. Jesus Christ!
Oh, never. But still, jumping off a bridge is still pretty dope.
I like that too.
And then
she's like, "Oh, well, he let us see him leave. That's got to mean something."
Yeah, I love that. And he's like, and the guy's like, yeah. It's like he's, and then boom, or I should quote, and I quote, zaboosh. Zboosh, right? And then they go flying off. Great fucking ending, man. Great fucking ending.
Like Claire,
they pop in and
actually saw him jump off an actual bridge.
Yeah,
which I think actually might actually be spelt wrong. Are you seeing that? I just realized that.
Of an actual bridge, he says off an actual bridge.
Claire,
no, that's
we
right.
actually saw him. You see, the beginning of that sentence.
Claire, we actually saw him jump off.
ACTULLY? Are you seeing that as well?
Oh,
you see that?
Yes.
Mind
actually.
blown.
Oh no, that's how he's speaking. He's actually. It's showing you like he's fucking young. He's just speaking slang. Yeah, it is spelled wrong. But it's
saying it to myself.
Claire, Otherwise, we actually saw him jump off an actual bridge. Yeah. I get it. I didn't notice that at first, but now that I read it again, I read it that way, but I didn't notice it, I guess. But really cool ending. Really fucking, like
and
very,
fly
very cool.
In, and then fucking, Hugo Strange.
Douchebag is there with fucking Psycho Pirate. Who the fuck is Psycho Roger Hayden? Oh, hey, wait a second. Is that the guy from the first issue? Was that the guy he was talking to? Or is this a new character? I don't know. Is this a new character?
Roger Hayden.
Guys, if you're listening, please let us know if Psycho Pirate, Master of All Emotions, is is a new character. Dude, did you even notice this? There's guys firing guns all over the place. What the fuck is happening?
Oh, wow.
I don't understand what's happening. There's guys firing guns into nowhere. Is that what they're doing? They're shooting each other. Like, what the fuck?
I want to say maybe that building is somewhere of military presence, and they're in there fucking with people's emotions, making them shoot each other, like kind of like Scarecrow type shit. But I mean, this is Hugo Strange's MO. Like he fucks with your head and he makes you like fucking nuts. You know what I mean?
That guy totally looks like an 80s
What,
villain,
Hugo
man.
Strange?
Oh, no,
yeah,
Psycho
his
Pirate.
name too. Psycho Pirate.
I know. All I gotta say is go
Oh
Gotham.
My god, go Gadget Gotham.
He's like, all right, it's growing on me. She's like, see? I like it, man. I liked it. I liked it a lot, man.
I don't like Go Gotham at all.
I also want
they don't say that.
No, I hope they change that. I hope that's a running gag. I also want to. Okay, so that was the specific story. Okay, so we went through the story basically, right? But I want to talk about the writing about it. And again, I'm just gonna sing this guy's fucking praises, man. I know you're probably like, God, if you saw him in person, you'd probably suck his dick.
I was literally just thinking that, but I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's how good this guy is. So wait, he's really good. He's really good at setting up these huge set piece moments in these fucking comics. Issue 1, motherfucking plane ride. All right, that's what it should have just been called, the motherfucking plane ride. To be honest,
like that's what should have been. Like with the amount of awesome shit that happens in these comics, I feel like he's not even trying. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. He's not even really, really trying to place emphasis on certain things. He just writes it and it just comes out that way.
That okay, and that's a perfect lead into my next sentiment about these huge set pieces, like the plane, like a fucking bridge collapsing from a suicide bomber. Okay, those are big things that are happening outside of the specific story of the characters. And like what you just said, to emphasize the emphasis on that there isn't much of an emphasis, it's just worked into the story. And that's my next sentiment, is that they aren't, it isn't like this issue is about a bridge collapsing. No, happens. He's setting these huge things. It's part of the story. So to be able to write that seamlessly into a dialogue-driven, half action, half dialogue, half character-driven story is so fucking cool. Like, it's just, I don't think a lot of people do it like that. You know what I mean? Like, because if they're, I don't know, I feel like if it's not a big thing that's happening to them, usually, I'll rephrase that, usually when there's a big thing happening, they're focusing on that. It's not just part of what's happening. Even in the Rebirth issue, when he jumps off oh no, I'm sorry, that was the first issue. Sorry, wait, yeah, no, that was the first issue. No, but even in the actual Rebirth issue 0, there was some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Where it was just like in the middle of it. Yeah. Like it was just part of it. I just really enjoy that type of writing, and I think that's an amazing way to write comic books. And not for nothing, but starting my own comic, all reading shit like this is like, it's like being in a fucking master's class for me. It's like learning how to be able to write like this in short amount of time, where in 3 to 5 panels you can have so much story. You know what I mean? Like it's an art. It's an art, but still do unto an itself. Adequate
job of setting the stage. Like this actually reminds me of this manga series that I read. It's called Alice in Murderland, and it's
I know,
really
I've heard
cool.
of it.
Basically, it's like there's this Kawanji family, and they have this estate that's fenced in, like it's walled in, and there's like a mansion, and then like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of acres of just forest. And they are like all the terms and everything. They're all Lewis Carroll terms. So like their breed of being is Bandersnatches, and they're like and basically the parents make all the kids, like 13 kids, and make them all kill each other to see who's gonna run shit in the family. But bottom line is, a problem I think this comic has, and I think it's because the author previously. Or it's author illustrator. It's the same person, but the author previously apparently never drew or wrote anything of this like action-packed magnitude. So it gets a little bit confusing. Like there's like, I don't want to say jump aheads, but like if there's a fight scene, like 5 boxes worth of shit happens in one box, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? Why is that person over here? Who is that panel? Third guy, and why is his head on over there? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just crazy shit happens out of fucking nowhere. So to see that same type of like principle of mashing it together in a small space, but drawn to a point that it's easily understood, it's like it's a relief almost,
Yeah. Well, that's not what you got here, man. It's not what you got here. I'm just reading, just looking at that page again with when he's fucking riding on the bridge, popping out those fucking things. It's fucking great, man. So I just wanted to end with saying that I'm so happy that this is a bi-monthly thing.
I know.
We're not having to wait very long.
I feel like I would like getting this issue. I was like, holy shit, it already came out. Like the shit's coming like quick, I'm loving it.
Every other episode we're talking Batman, which is fucking awesome. And in between, there's so much shit to do in between. But like Vision, Captain America.
Now you
all the other shit that we're waiting a month for.
Which this is monthly.
Yeah, and like it's just waiting a month sucks.
You're gonna have to wait forever for this shit too. So I'm pretty sure Eternal Warrior's monthly. I don't get that a lot. So,
but that's what I'm saying. It's like you got to wait such a long time. So having these Rebirth issues, as it's so great because it's always something to talk about. Then So yeah, I mean, anything else about this issue? I mean, guys, if you want, please let us know what you think about this issue. If you thought it was any good, if you think we're assholes because all we do is fucking love it, you know what I mean? Like, if you think that's dumb, then you could tell us. But if it's not, you're wrong, and we're right because it's awesome. But I don't know. It's good shit. I enjoyed it. Anything else that you want to say about it? The art is, as always, is solid. I just love the solidity.
I love the
of
particle
the characters.
composition
Like, they don't...
of this art. It's wonderful.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I just love that fucking page when he's just like, Claire, I can't. It hurts too much, too much. You know, fucking great, man. Did you notice though in Hugo Strange's fucking glasses the image of Batman that looks like it's from like the Dark Knight? From the art, like Dark Knight, yeah. The image where the Batmobile, the page is all red. When you see the Batwing, I mean.
Goddamn fucking Snickers ad, son of a bitch. It's like 20 extra pages to flip through. Oh, yeah. Wow, yeah, it does. That's a really old school looking Batman.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So... what do you say? I guess that's it. I think we're good. Yeah. We're good with Batman.
Yeah, we can move it on.
Yeah. All right. So, go read that issue if you haven't read it, and we spoiled it for you. All right. So now, why don't we move on? Let's move on to Green Arrow. Let's just talk about Mr. fucking Oliver Goddamn Queen. So, again, spoilers. Spoiler alert. Last we left off, Queen came back from the dead. Went into his little hideout and got his Green Arrow shit. Okay, dude, do you realize that this is different art,
God.
Right?
And it was fucking awesome.
It's
like really,
it's a different art
really
style.
Fucking cool. And how they're putting boxes and circles around shit. Did you notice that?
Oh, to show the action and specificness.
It's
hell yeah.
It's like something that was like unneeded but awesome. You know what I mean? Like they didn't have to do it, but the fact that they did it was fucking cool. Like I thought that was so cool. Like the key card and shit, and then like when she's chasing him and there's boxes around her.
She's chasing him.
Cool.
Yep.
So cool.
I really dug this. I really dug this issue. Okay, so basically the story. So what happens here is Oliver Queen jumps into. He has to break into his own fucking place to get some information on everything that's going on. You know, why the fuck did this happen to me? What's this? What's that? Blah blah blah. Right? And he wants to find out about the Ninth Circle. You know, he goes and apparently there's all those fucking Ninth Circle assholes in there, and he sees that it's his friend fucking Broderick or his CFO, whatever, Broderick, right? And he's like, motherfucker, very cool layout. You know, again, I have it digital so I can like scroll back and forth and I can see, and just the color composition of each of these pages is just really cool. Like when, so when you have Diggle in Italy talking to the priest is like all a certain tone of the page, and then the next page is all green when he's down in that guy's lair who's been burnt by the Ninth Circle. Which, by the way, if you look on that page when he's holding a gun, the guy's name is Virgil. He's got his face is half burnt. He's got a sick beard, awesome. And he's holding that gun, right?
His gun is fucking awesome.
You know that's a gold plated gun from like it being like Call of Duty or something, right? He went gold because he used no sights. He got like 100 kills, 200 kills with no sights on that.
He got so 500 headshots right and unlocked the royal camo or whatever the fuck.
Right, exactly, yeah. Really, really cool shit. I just, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the little cameo there by Diggle. And like, okay, there's something happening. Not the strongest story, but part of the story.
At least this one
whatever.
was just like a lot of action. There was no bullshit talking.
This one was a lot of action. I want to go ahead and say that I really like watching him fucking destroy people, like using arrows. And he shot that motherfucker in the heart with an arrow. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. All right, and these motherfuckers are using flamethrowers, and that's why the whole scene is red and shit. But just so fucking cool. Him doing that split kick was insane on the floor where he's fucking swiped two. He shot them with arrows and then swiped their feet out from under them. It was
the
awesome.
best fucking arrow shot in this whole issue is a couple pages later when he's got the explosive arrow up to Broderick or Roderick, whatever the fucking guy's name is. He's got the arrow up to his face, and Shadow comes through. And if you notice, it looks like this motherfucker lets go of the arrow and then does a 180 as that shit's coming off his bow. You see what I'm saying? Like if you look at the way his arms are set up, it looks like he fucking let go of that shit and spins around as it's coming off and shoots that shit towards her. I was like, yes,
because it
still dodged it.
Yeah, because it's
like,
right.
Damn.
Yeah, because it's right there. Yeah, because it like just comes off his fucking thumb or whatever the hilt. It just comes off as she pumps in. She dodges that shit as she's letting arrows fly. Like that I
fucking love bow and arrows. Like whenever I play like RPGs and shit,
so
that's my shit. Archer and all that shit. So like this much bow and arrow use is fucking awesome. Except,
and dude, this guy doesn't do single arrows, man.
No way.
Normal arrows. It's 3 at a time. Like that's his mo.
And one thing I actually thought was funny was in this at the title page when he's ziplining, his bow has no string. I don't think his bow is like stringless. It caught my eye. I'm like, huh? How you gonna shoot them 3 arrows at a time, man? And that's a compound bow. There's supposed to be like 4 strings on that bitch, and there's not one on there.
Yeah, you know what? It's going really fast. Yeah, you got to think it's going really fast. Look at all those speed lines. Look at all the speed lines. It's going pretty fast. This art style is very storyboard like. Didn't we just read a comic last week that had a storyboard?
Is that too? Are you referring to the Daredevil ones that were the digital ones that like when you scroll through them?
No, we didn't talk about that yet. I thought what we did last week? Whatever we talked about last week.
I don't remember.
The Flash, Justice League. Oh, Justice League. That was it. It was very storyboard like as well. I think. Love the shot where you're looking through the mask at Oliver's face. That was pretty cool, and all the guys in the background all fucked up. So, the shot where, it's coming down, where it blows up and Shadow's chasing him and he's falling down. He's got the fucking laptop in his arms, And then it's so great as fucking Black Canary's fucking, bitching out the fucking Foreman guy as an explosion. Like, she doesn't even give a fuck about that. Like, doesn't even acknowledge that that an explosion happened down the block from her. Right?
And Black Canary looks really hot in this art style too. I feel like we have to say that every issue.
Most definitely. Yeah,
we have to say that.
I agree. I know. I agree. So so the next page is them being chased by the fucking helicopter, and she's chasing him off over the roof, and just those. I was doing sound effects, like imagining like little boxes and little boxes showing up, highlighting the action parts of it. And the last box on the second box, or the third box on the top, where Shadow's jumping off the roof, he's jumping and rolling, and all the arrows are coming down, and then onto the bus. Like such really, really great on the artist's part of the artist that like I'm gonna go ahead and put so much past action in this. Like it's so fucking cool. Like just like I just want to do something like that. I just want to make some shit like that.
And I think the whole death of Oliver Queen thing is what is like the reason that we saw no like bullshit beginning where it's all touchy feely and stuff like the last couple of issues were. Because now it's like he doesn't even have a human side. Everybody thinks he's dead and shit. So he's like he's pulling a fucking.
Well, now he's just all fucking he's just all pissed off. Who's this douchebag? The guy with the fucking bloody skin
I don't know, but
thing.
his face looks like it looks like when you get a really really like fresh pizza at a pizzeria and you pick it up from the crust only and the cheese just drips the fuck off, like when the cheese is midway down off the pizza. That's what his face looks like, and it's awesome.
Yep.
And I want a face just like that.
It is awesome. This guy's crazy looking.
His
He's
name is Dante too. His name is
Dante,
and the fucking ship is the Inferno. Like that's fucking awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. I mean, I like the panel with Emiko, and they go to grab her, and she's like, "Get your hands off me!" They look like fucking, they look like silly zombies.
They look like they'd be mindless, like mouth breathing henchmen that just make noise and die like really quick.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah. So I don't know who this douchebag is. This was the weakest part of the story for me, to be honest with you. And can I tell you, I feel like the art style changed in those
it doesn't
pages.
Look as actiony.
It's not. It looks more like it was just like it was maybe their sketches, and then they just colored the sketches of it. Not so much actiony, because then you go to the next page, the last page where you see the big image of Canary, and Emiko's pointing to the boat, and like, but previously, like, her hair's all like messy and stuff, and then it gets to a close up, and it's all like the next page, and it's all like when she zooms in on the boat. Yeah. Her hair's all nice and neat again. Like, it just looked like it was a different art style. Like, I was like, what? It kind of switched for some reason. So you go, it just, I don't know. It was a little jarring. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I am going to say that I don't really care about this Ninth Circle thing. I don't know. I'm more interested in like the fight between him and Shadow and see what Canary's going to do. This villain looks like a douchebag. He looks fucking cool. And I think they might be making him like this kind of like silly asshole, like, what the fuck is this guy? But apparently he's in finances and stuff, so he's like, that's why the bottom dollar means something to him. But I don't know. That last shot of the Canary, that's a fucking wallpaper if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, this I don't know, like, kind of took a weird turn because like I was like excited about the whole Ninth Circle thing, but now it's like, yeah, I'm Dante. This is the Inferno, like, but we're also a bank and we do broker stuff. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm thinking like, I get it though. I mean, it's not bad storytelling.
But like,
it's
there's just very unnecessary shit is said. I feel like hold on, let me find the specific thing I'm talking about. Because
also, while you're looking at that, also he's also not really a supervillain. He's a fucking banker, like, playing at a supervillain, which actually, if that's the real case, like, I mean, that's what I get from it. That he's like this banker, some douchebag fucking banker, bottom dollar banker that's trying to play a supervillain. Do you know what I'm saying? Although he does look fucked up somehow, like he got fucked up somehow. That's underneath that skin rash he's got going on. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, I can't find. There was one specific thing I saw that I was like, why did he even say that? Oh, this might be the page. Oh, here we go.
But I mean,
here we go. Like this right here. Billions of dollars are stowed in the belly of this ship. Billions more are invested in crime syndicates worldwide. But the patience gathered inside me adds up to zero. Like, why'd you even say that? Why? Who the fuck cares?
Because he's a cheesy bitch,
man. That right there, I was like, now I don't care really anymore about what you guys are doing. Like, I was so like excited up to that. Like, what the fuck is with these burn people? Why does your face look like pizza cheese? And then I don't know where I'm like.
But listen, we still. Yeah, I still don't think we have.
I mean, no, we don't.
I mean, obviously,
but it's just kind of. I just feel like the whole build up kind of took like a really odd.
Yeah, because that ship is ginormous and
I like
awesome.
That shit. Yeah, but this guy seems like a bitch. Like I don't know. Like if someone got close enough to fight him, he would literally just dissolve. So I don't really know what's happening.
Well, I think that's what's going to happen. I think Canary's going to confront this asshole, and she's going to slap him with her tits or something. And
she's going to take off her fishnets and strangle him with them. Yes.
Perfect, yeah. I think that works out perfectly, yeah. That's exactly what's going to happen. Mark it down. That's what's happening.
If it does happen, then I called it.
Yeah, so... yeah, no, you did. You absolutely called it. That is what it is. Yeah, so... Yeah. I guess, so anything else? Green Arrow?
No. I say we move it on over to what I've been dying to fucking talk about for real here, like Lucas Stan.
Okay, all right, we could do that. Let's go over to let's run over to Lucas Stan now. Let me. Okay, so there's only been 2 issues of Lucas Stan. I went and I got both. Okay, let's just preface this. I'm going to preface this by saying, you had gotten this last month. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck it is, but I assumed it was something cool if you got it because I trust your taste in comics.
This is one of those things that I like. I'm in the comic store and the like the name. I'm like, what the fuck, who's Lucas Stan? And then like the cover just catches my eye. Like I don't even remember what it looked like because I only have the second issue in my hand right now. But I just remember it catching my eye. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm just flipping through, and I'm just like, I just see like finding a comic that I like is like or that interests me is kind of easy. Like I flip through it, I see certain like drawings or art styles and shit, and I'm like, this looks really fucking cool. I'll just buy it, Especially because
like,
I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, it says 1 of 6. There's only going to be 6 issues. It's not a huge fucking investment. I'm not going to be following this for the next 30 years of my life, So I'm just like, fuck it. Let's see what it's about. And I'm not in the least bit disappointed.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's definitely something that that I do when I'm looking for comics as well, even digital. I just look through them and I'll just get a preview of it and be like, oh shit, okay. Okay, so Lucas Stan. Basically, Lucas Stan, if you don't know what Lucas Stan is, again, there's only 2 issues out. It's like Alex said, 2 of 6. Lucas Stan is a military vet. He was a Marine. A jarhead is
with apparently a very high body count. He said his confirmed kills. I don't remember what it was. I don't know if you have it in front of you.
40 something like that. I've only got issue 2 in front of me right now. But yeah, so he's basically he's become a drunk and everything, and like he's a pill popper and stuff. But mainly because of the pain in his body, he took an AK to the back and was basically like almost killed out in whatever Afghanistan or wherever.
And that's why he had to come home, right? Wasn't he like supposed to?
Well, yeah, eventually, yeah. He's basically, yeah. So he had to, he had to just fucking. Yeah. And
it's that typical
to cope with the pain.
Like all is the fucking battlefield now, like PTSD type shit. Like.
Right, and the best part was in issue 1. He's working at where was it? Like a fucking Walmart or some bullshit like that. No, a mall cop. He was like a mall cop. He's at the mall, and this little asswipe is yelling at him. So he just fucking backhands like a bitch. He just backhands this guy, and then quits. And then he goes and gets drunk, and then basically kills a family of 4 by running them off the road.
Yeah.
So,
which I was like, holy shit.
I had to go back and I read those pages like 3 times. Because I'm looking and like the panels didn't make sense to me at first. I'm like, what is happening right now? Wait, did he just? Because it looked like there was a guy, like a shadow of a guy on the wall of the rocks, like a mountain on the mountain edge there, and then like all of a sudden the car was behind him in the next panel. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
You have to take into consideration the fact that he was fucked up, right? Wasn't he drunk and on pills and all that shit?
Well, so right.
They probably tried to draw it in a way that he saw it. Like it happened so fucking fast.
Well,
you don't even
that's
know
what I got from it too. Yeah.
Like, where the fuck did any of that shit even come from? And I feel like they drew it
exactly.
With that vibe,
Yeah.
And then the shadow on the rocks was probably just more foreshadowing. Like I think it was Flash when Barry Allen's standing there, but his shadow on the wall was the Flash suit. It's just probably something a little thrown in there, like. And then he goes home and blows his brains out, right?
He goes home, and not until after he sees the news, and the news, he's like, oh fuck, he's like, oh fuck, I killed goddamn.
Yeah, because I don't even think did he even know who? I think he just saw a car go off the road. He didn't know that it was like a.
No. What happened was, I'm looking at the panels right now. So as he's driving, there was someone in the road, and he swerved out of the way. Okay, so he passes a minivan, right? Passes a minivan, and then he sees this demon thing in the road. Someone was standing in the road, and then right after that, the car went off the fucking thing. But that's what kind of got me. I'm like, well, why would they go off? They were did whatever he saw that he swerved away from. Did they do the same thing? And they went off the road. And I'm thinking, well, then he didn't kill them, and he thinks he did. So that was like the devil did that, I think. That might have been the devil, because it's a person standing there in the headlights, and the shadow, if you look at that huge panel, there's a shadow. It looks like a fucking demon on the wall. And then the people go off the road. They probably saw that too. So it wasn't his fault, because he went around them. He went, if you notice, he went on the outside around them, and they were on the inside of the lane. So I don't. Now that I'm looking at it again, I don't think he did that, but he thinks he did, and then he takes his life, and then
that actually makes plenty of sense, because if you think about what happens next, whereas this guy basically who admits to being like a demon, he basically recruits Lucas Stan to like it seems like travel through time almost, and like kill demons that you find out in the second issue are called Tempters or whatever. So like,
right. Well, that's the whole
when you think back, I kind of feel like it's like, this demon guy watching Lucas Stan and being like, I want this motherfucker, so I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna make him fucking kill himself, and he's gonna be mine. Like it was
That's what I think.
It was trapping
That's what I think. So and I don't think we actually said it in the beginning when we were talking about it. Lucas Stan is about an ex-Marine who kills himself, and then the devil visits him and says, I have this proposition for you. Be my guy on the outside that brings back demons to hell, because apparently there are demons escaping hell, and they're called Tempters, like you said, and, bring them back. He doesn't actually tell him what he'll get for it, but he says, bring them back.
Yeah, and they're like infesting history, basically, and changing things to be like the way they want them to be, like as demons,
Yeah, so that's basically what happens. First issue, his dog gets killed, and he gets mad at that. It just really fucking cool. Very, very interesting story. I love the shot where he jumps off the fucking roof, and he's like, "Fuck, I accept it." You hear me? And then all of a sudden, he's fucking just transported to fucking Nazi Germany.
He's like, what
and
the
then
fuck?
he, the whole thing goes, and he's got to go ahead now, and he's got to go and, find the demon, and he has no. She's like, the girl that meets up with him is a girl that works. She's a human though. She's a human that works with Gadrel. I guess his name is Gadrel. Gadrel.
I've been saying Gadrel.
All right, so Gadrel. So I guess he gets humans to work for him for whatever reason. Again, we don't know any of that stuff, but he gets humans to work for him.
It would make sense, because that would, like, if you're somebody, who's trying to, like, let's say I'm trying to stop a demon in, like, right now somewhere in this time period. He can't really materialize, right, into, like, human, like, he can't interact with the human world. So he would have to have people, on the other side, per se. Like, aside from Lucas Stan. Lucas Stan seems to be like his muscle, his mercenary kind of deal. But he needs people to, gather information and stuff like that, So I think that's where these human people come in.
Yeah. So very cool. Before we go any further, I am going to tell you. Okay, so the concept for this, where the devil recruits. Well, he's not mortal, but the devil recruits, people, dead people or whoever, to hunt the demons to get them back into hell. That is not a new concept for me. There was a show called Reaper on Fox years ago. It was called Reaper, and it was such a fun show, and I think it only ran for 2 seasons, maybe 1. I think it maybe ran for 2. I could look it up. But the concept was, back in the day, this kid's parents sold their son's soul to the devil for something. Excuse me, I forget what. And then when he gets he becomes like 18, 19, 20 or some shit like that, the devil comes calling for him. And the cast was great. And the concept was, you have to go hunt around and get these demons for me now. Like, that's his job. And it was a really funny cast. And it was a funny show. It was like a dark comedy type thing, Really funny show. Great concept. A bunch of crazy shit happens in the show, And I was like, holy shit. And I loved that show, and I wish they did more with it. But then I was like, well, this is basically a more grittier version of that in a way, Obviously, there's some differences here and there, but I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm fucking on board. So 2 issues in, and I'm fucking on board, man.
Right in the beginning, he takes the fucking rifle and jams the bayonet through this dude, like fucking shish kebabs his skull. Like, I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
right after that, though, I love this too because he's kind of pulling some Deadpool shit here. He's like, "Come with me if you want to live." She's like, "Pardon?" He's like, "Trust me, in 40 years that will be hilarious."
That's the Terminator. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then the next page, he's like pretty persuasive for a demon with a face like an Iron Maiden album cover. She's like, "Eh?" He's like, "Forget it." I love that shit. I love it.
So the guy's really cool. Yeah, the guy's he's a wise ass
sense of humor. He says shit that he says shit that like the average dude would say. In his position in real life, kind of thing.
Yeah, the art style is very minimalistic.
Yes.
In my opinion. Okay,
that's the word.
There's not a whole lot of detail.
What word to say?
Yeah. They don't normally put a lot of detail in faces unless it's like a close up or they need to emote. And no, just really cool. Like I just really like it.
By the fucking throat and just like kind of pulls the fucking demon out of her.
Well, when he finally gets so basically what happens is in the first issue he gets put in Nazi jail, and the demon comes to him and is like, "You're not gonna fucking win. I'm gonna kill you every time." Gadriel's an asshead. He's an asswipe. He's fucking nothing. And then Gadriel shows up and he's like, "What the fuck? You keep lying to me, motherfucker!" And he turns into the fucking devil, this huge demon thing with wings. And he's like, "Oh shit, you're the devil. You the devil." And so he he's like, "Yeah, all right, fine, I accept. Whatever. Just I'll do it." And then he goes ahead and then so basically to hunt demons, they give him he's given these glasses that look a lot like Daredevil's glasses. They're red and round, and they're not goggles, they're actual like glasses, like wire rim glasses. And he puts on, he can see the fucking demon. And in the first issue we see that they fall on the floor or some shit, and through the lens and we see that old woman that they're talking to is the actual demon, the tempter. And then second issue comes in and he finally she goes to kill their informant in the Nazi building or whatever. And, he rips, his power, he just has to touch them. Once they show, but it's explained like this: to save the human, shell that they're in, they have to show their face. They have to blink.
You have to get them
for a split second. So he sees the demon. Then once he does, he can yank the fucking thing out. So there's that whole page where he fucking just pulls that fucking demon right out of the woman. And he's given, almost a cliche. The weapon he's given to destroy them is a fucking like a Colt revolver,
But
really fucking cool though, because if you want to fucking
shoots that shit and the fucking demon just like
it's that whole fucking page. It just disintegrates the fucking demon.
That was definitely a sound effect, an out loud sound effect page without a doubt.
Yeah, which had nothing on it. There was no words on the page, which was great.
Matter.
Right. So if you want to hunt demons, you want a fucking hand cannon. You know what I'm saying? Like you want a fucking 6-shooter to fucking do it. That's the way to go.
And all this shit happens, and then the guy behind the desk is like, "Are you angels?" And they just start laughing.
Yeah. Like he's just like, I just, and that page especially, because I'm looking at that same page too. The art again.
They bring a little more character into Lucas's face, though. You see that? They draw.
Yeah, but if you look at the panel where they're laughing, it's like they just don't care. Like if you look at the panel where they're laughing, she looks like a fucking anime character, and that guy looks like Mickey fucking Rooney. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't he look like like I just feel like they just didn't care. Like, and that's great. They're just like, we're just gonna. There's an impression of a woman. It doesn't matter what she looks like. Then the following page or whatever, where the old woman's waking up and she's like, "What, Sid? Where am I?" That woman's eyes are all fucked up. It's like, I like it. It's like, who cares? It's just fucking whatever. Let's just do it quickly, So basically what happens at the end is he gets transported out of Nazi Germany. And then we do this weird thing where he just basically gets transported to the side of the Jersey Turnpike or something, right? And he's holding the gun and some asshole drives by him. He's like, "Don't worry, it's not for you." And then some woman shows up and gives a little more narrative of what the fuck's happening. He sees his soldier who's all burnt up and shit. And then, she gives him pills. Was it the demon? I think it was the demon again. What? Is this the woman that shows up and gives him those pills? Is it the demon? It's called clemency, she says. You're forgiven. That's how it works.
Yeah,
because she's
I'm
talking
not
about
sure
his
who that
past.
is.
Yeah, it looks like it might have been like the demon, and
It's
then the next
definitely
day,
it's definitely
so he takes
some sort of demon because
something, and then he goes to
she gives him the
he goes
painkillers.
to the and he goes to the psychiatrist, and she's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna fucking just whatever. And then the girl shows up from the 1940s because she was getting arrested as he's teleporting away, Quantum Leap style. Oh, and it's very Quantum Leap too, which I enjoyed as a kid. Like I watched them as a kid, and I enjoyed those.
What cover
episodes.
do you have? I think there was a variant of this. What does your cover look like? Dude,
The motorcycle.
fucking awesome. Did you notice that he's on like a clock that has years?
A clock with time, yeah.
1943, 1728, like fucking so cool, man. And what the fuck is he wearing?
Yeah.
There's a star on his head. He's got two
it's
rocket
a star.
launchers,
He's holding a spear. He's got an Uzi with his silencer. Yeah,
style on his back and shit, holding the fucking.
He looks like he's wearing fucking
he has
short
a Mac
shorts.
10 with a silencer. Why? That's not like the motorcycle's already giving everything away. You know, like why are you trying to kill him quiet? You know, and then a spear for some reason. Like that's fucking awesome.
He's got a spear. It looks like he's got an M16 or an M4 on his back with the fucking rocket launcher. Yeah, dude, it's fucking dope, man. These are long comics too. They're not short.
Yeah, which I mean,
because you think
that's
like
good for the monthly shit though. You know, if you wait that long, you get a couple extra pages. I like that.
Yeah, I agree, man. And then so at the end of the issue, he's he gets out of his doctor's place, and the woman from from 1945 or whatever shows up, and she's like, I'll wait. I told you I'd wait for you. I waited for you. And she's like, listen, Gadriel told me to meet you here and tell you this shit, but I'm going to tell you this. Don't tell him I told you, blah, blah, blah. She gives him a little more, basically like that demon is not dead, the one that you fucking sent back to hell, and she's fucking pissed and it wants to kill you. So watch your anus, And he drives a Mustang, by the way. He drives like a 68 Mustang or some shit like that. It's fucking dope, and it's red. It looks awesome. And so then, he's like, all right, whatever, thanks, great. I'm got a death warrant on me from a fucking demon. So he goes home and he buries his dog, whose name is Dog, and he writes a little plaque that says DAWG in the backyard or whatever. Cleans up, dumps the fucking pills, and then all of a sudden, where did he get a pocket watch from? I guess it was put in his fucking pocket. No, it's a compass. Sorry. So now, wait, what? A compass? Wait, what? That's weird, actually. Why is it a compass? What?
I don't know.
That makes no sense, right? Shouldn't it be like a pocket watch or something? Something to represent time?
I just looked into, I Google searched Gadriel or whatever. And
yeah.
It comes from a Hebrew word that's pronounced Gadar Hail, and it's literally Wall of God, and it's like it's
Gadarael maybe Gadar Hail.
It's basically one of the fallen angels, and it says he's responsible for deceiving Hawa, which I guess is the Hebrew Eve, and he's mentioned as the third of 5 Satans who led other angels into copulating humans, leading to the creation of the giant-like Nephilim. So basically, this guy's name is like deprived of a Hebrew Satan.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
That's really cool.
Okay. All right. There you go. So there you go. So anyway, yeah. So the end of the comic. I like the pacing. I'm going to tell you, I really like the pacing, and it plays out like an episodic TV show, in my opinion. You have these things happening at certain points. Then it gets quiet. You have some action. It gets quiet. A little more action. Not necessarily like guns blazing action, but something. And then at the very end, that last cliffhanger shit where all of a sudden he shows up in fucking 1879 in a place called Deadwood.
I just realized that I guess this burnt soldier guy that he's seeing is one of his old teammates.
Oh yeah, because basically what happened was they were doing some shit.
He saw scouts watching from the bluffs, and he didn't say shit because he wanted to fight.
He didn't say shit, and they all fucking died, and he got killed. He got the AK in the back. They all died. I guess he was the only survivor of that
forgiven,
that
that's
unit.
How it works. And then I guess, you said, that's who this woman is. I guess that's what's happening here.
An angel, not an, but it wouldn't be an angel. But okay, so I have one thing to say about the whole thing in general. Well, another one of the concepts, but let's just talk about the ending real quick. How he shows up in 1879.
Oh yeah, the whole
again at a place called Deadwood,
whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. Seeing that, seeing how he's going to get at that, but very Quantum Leap. I bet you the pitch for this was fucking based on Quantum Leap. I guarantee it had to be because it's essential. Well, the time traveling, yeah. Quantum Leap was a guy. Okay, but the thing was, the guy time traveled,
and then he would take on the life of someone else, and he would look like them,
correct,
and be them. Basically, that's not totally
right.
What's happening here,
No, of course not. But it's an element that you can't overlook because basically it's essentially what that is. But what I want to say is how I like how he's doing this quote unquote noble thing. You're hunting demons, but you got there by one, killing yourself, two, all the people working to in this on this quote unquote project are working for the devil. So the woman who seems like the most noble character, the one that actually ages and like is the old woman back in 2016, and you know what I'm saying? Like, but again, she's working for the devil. So all of this, it isn't like, oh, you're working for angels or God, you're working for the devil. And I just really like that. That's an overtone of the entire thing. Like, guess what? This isn't like, it's basically, this is all for the fucking devil. Because the devil can't have all these assholes out and running around because he says at one point, Gadriel says that's the rules. It's like it's breaking the rules. Like there are rules to this situation, which, everything we've seen in the past bunch of years, like we kind of know that, heaven and hell is those rules and stuff and blah, blah, blah.
Since Gadriel is now we obviously know him to be Satan, like judging by his pictures and shit, like the one when he looks like he's got the wings.
Right.
We know that there's going to be some sort of massive trickery in whatever Lucas Stand is doing. At some point Gadriel's going to turn around and be like, "Oh, you thought you were doing this the whole time, but you were actually doing this." Like, it's going to be some sort of like we totally fucks him over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering when that's going to be, because you could just see by the way Gadriel speaks to him that he's not upfront with him. He's a trickster.
Plus Lucas is constantly saying, "You lied to me. You lied to me. You lied to me." He said every time he's spoken to him.
Gadriel's just like, well, sorry, like nothing I can do about that.
Well, fuck you. Yeah, that's what I do, bro. So yeah, second issue, I'm definitely on board. They put a lot. I mean, it sucks that there's only 6, but they do put a lot into
and I
each
think
issue.
I don't think it's going to be by the time when it's over, I know it's going to be summed up well. I don't think it's going to be like a cliffhanger kind of.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, great fucking series. I'm really liking it. I'm glad that you said get your ass on that and read it. We're going to talk about it, and I was like, okay. So like I said, I'm definitely on board, and yeah, pretty dope. Pretty dope. So yeah, Lucas Stand, go check it out if you haven't. I know we probably ruined it for you, but whatever.
You listen to me with this one. Now
you'll
just
be fine.
gotta listen to me with it for your.
Yeah, I know. I will. I'll get there. Trust me. But I got to get through 9 of them. And I got to get them. So, all right. So, lastly, and let me just double check what time we're at over here. Okay, so lastly, why don't we talk about... I want to talk about... It's ComicCon this week, right? It's ComicCon this week, and they... At this point, when we're recording this, yesterday, I believe it was, there was a bunch of trailers that came out for some of the comic book movies that are going to be coming out in 2017, late 2016 and 2017, and we're talking about Justice League, Wonder Woman, Doctor Strange, amongst others. So Alec and I just kind of wanted to just briefly talk about a couple of them. I know you didn't watch the Wonder Woman one, and you don't have any, urge to see
I'll
it.
see the movie.
Technically,
you know what I'm saying? I'll see the movie, but
right. Well, watch the trailer, because I'd like to get your take on it. That's why I was telling you to watch it before we started, but. Whatever. The point is, I'll briefly say what it looks like to me. It's very similar to Captain America. Okay, if Captain America 1 was their superhero in olden war times, World War I, World War II times, he was World War II, then Wonder Woman is their version of that, where I believe it's going to be World War One. It looks like World War One, and apparently a man washes up on their island somehow, and it's the island of the Amazonians.
Cool.
The whole story behind Wonder Woman is that he washes up there. She ends up, for some reason, following him back to civilization, and now she's hunting this. It looks like some war criminal type of guy, and there's a cool shot where she's walking. She has this evening dress on, and obviously it's Gal Gadot, the same girl from
she definitely got
Batman
the look.
Superman.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I think she could be a little beefier.
Yeah, especially
to be honest with you, I think she could be a
Amazons
little beefier. Yeah, I mean, I saw some of the other
as far
Amazons
as body
that they have
type
in
goes,
the tribe, and
I think like Ronda Rousey kind of shape. You know what I'm saying? Like that
maybe.
build.
Yeah. No, listen, I'm not talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger or fucking.
But dude, they gotta have
like
muscle.
But
because the whole island, there's no men. There's no men.
Yeah.
All the manual labor is all women. It's all women. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
yeah, I agree. So, but either way, not horrible. I'm not knocking that. But there is a shot where she's in an evening gown and she sees the guy and she's walking through the crowd, and as stupid or not, she's got her sword in her back. Okay, but it's like halfway down her back. The dress is covering, and it looks maybe like this really crazy design in the back of her dress, but it really does look like a sword. Kind of dumb. She kind of reaches for it or something. I mean, it is what it is. It's still kind of cool, though. I'm going to say it is kind of cool. She's just, like, hiding it in her fucking dress in the back. Like, why the fuck not? Like, she don't care. Then the end of the trailer is just basically her fighting World War I soldiers. I couldn't tell if they were German or American. Who the fuck knows? They're throwing mortars at her, and they're fucking spraying her with the bullets, and she's just fucking holding her shield up, and, like, it was cool. Look, it's going to be cool to see Wonder Woman, like, take it or leave it, like it or not, okay, like Superman, like, any other character that's so OP, you know what I mean? Like, that's just DC, okay? They have OP characters, fucking deal with it. What are you going to do, all right? That's who they are, whatever, okay? That's what they made them to be. That's what they are. So you might as well fucking just let them be what they are, which are fucking maniacs. They're fucking super
real
powered.
Quick is another reason why Batman's great, because as we mentioned before, going back to one of those points, is that all these OP characters and these crazy fucking practically bulletproof people, that can't be hurt, but still Batman's
he does what he does
is the best
in the midst
his
of
fucking work ethic and his drive and his fucking thirst. And his hunger is like it overshadows all of that shit.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. I think that's
in the midst
Wonder Woman
of the OP heroes. I like that.
Right. Well, yeah, and yeah, he's just it's just he's an amazing fucking character, and it's like he'll always be, But like I said, Wonder Woman. I mean, okay, It looks dark. It's gray. It's there's no color in these movies. It's just and even her suit. Like what got me was when she's fighting those soldiers. Like why you have to wear? But where does you have to wear that colorful suit when you're on your island? You're not wearing any of that. So where did your suit come from? Anyway, that's probably will get explained in the first movie of hers. I hope. All right. So that was Wonder Woman. Real quick. That was a lot longer than I wanted to. But so let's just get to let's talk about whatchamacallit. I'm completely blanking right now on what I want to say. Let's talk about Justice League. Okay, let's talk about Justice League. And okay, so
right off the bat,
Justice League.
real quick. Something that I thought was cool is that isn't Batman always the one that's like fuck the Justice League even though he's part of them? Like I don't know too much of the history, but isn't he always the one that's like yeah, I'm a part of this team, but I don't need you guys? Like,
no, not necessarily. In my knowledge, and again, please correct me if I'm wrong, anyone out there. My knowledge is that not that he wasn't he's for the team, but he doesn't want to do things their way.
But in this, it seems opposite because obviously now he's the guy that's initially getting everyone together. Which wasn't he like not even really a member originally? Didn't they have to go?
No, I think he was a founding. No, he was a founding. It was him, Wonder Woman, and Superman with a founding.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, from what I can remember, again, they've changed it so many times. I think that's what it was. I could be wrong. Again, please, guys, let us know if we're wrong. Tell us what it's about.
Justice League is like never really
so we don't have to do the
to that extent. So
I was never a huge thing. I mean, I didn't really get into it until the fucking Injustice game came out, which is so fucking dope. It's like, I know it's gonna be great. We're gonna fucking wreck that shit
for like a month and then get bored of it.
Yeah, exactly. I have it on Steam. I had it on PS3.
I want to get it on PS4.
Shit out of it on PS3.
It's like $15 for like the Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, well, I got it for like $5 on Steam. I don't know why. I was like, it's $5, and I had it for PS3, and I got rid of it.
Real quick, I don't know why I didn't
on
this
Xbox.
before, but
do you
think Ultimate Alliance is gonna have multiplayer?
I don't know. I was asking you that this morning. If it does, I'll pick it up.
Let's remember here. This is a re-release. This is not a backwards compatible bullshit port. This is a
This is a re-release with updated graphics and UI and stuff like that. Right. Well, anyway, we'll get into that. Well, that's a conversation another time. Let's get back to Justice League. Okay, so I'm just gonna play it down while I'm talking. I'm not gonna put the sound up. But all right, so
his interaction with Flash was great.
Okay, hold on. DC / Warner Brothers. I just have to say, I have a very positive / negative reaction to their trailers. I really like that they show a lot, but I don't like that they show a lot. Let me see a fucking cool ass, quick imaged thing of quick things happening that could be like, oh shit. But don't fucking show me entire scenes.
I feel like the whole point.
What they showed in the trailer.
Like, I want to be like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Like, I want to like be surprised by shit, you know. And I mean,
right?
Like
so,
you know, Batman versus Superman. You still were, you still were surprised by shit. Shit still, you know. Like,
not really. I wasn't. Not after seeing Doomsday in the fucking trailer.
There was things that surprised us that we weren't ready for, but it wasn't prominent because the more major things were given away. If that makes any, you get what I'm saying? Like, there were things that were kept a secret, like like the whole entire premise of him seeing Flash and Cyborg and all that shit on the computer, like that wasn't really in a trailer. I don't think, if I remember correctly, none of that.
No, I don't think
so that was like,
because it wasn't a movie
that was
about
like,
that.
Oh, that's so cool that's in there, you know. But then like you said, Doomsday.
Yeah, but then they cheesed out with it, and they fucking did it ridiculous, where it was just watching little snippets of them, like as a trailer. Like it was like whatever. I don't want to talk about that. Let's. I don't know why we keep jumping off the. Is it like not that impressive, this trailer, that we just talk about other shit? Because that's what's happening. But let's talk about this trailer. Okay. You basically showed us a fucking end scene credit in the middle of a trailer. The whole Flash scene, which, don't get me wrong, was cool. Although, young guy. So this is the early version of the Flash, which is funny considering we're now reading the Flash as an older version of himself.
And we're going to be those dicks that are in the theater like, no, it's not how it was in the comics. No.
Right, exactly. Plus, why isn't he fucking blonde?
Fuck
God
that,
damn
though.
it.
Fuck that.
No, but
who cares?
I don't care about the hair. I'm just kidding.
That's one of those things you got to just remember. It's Hollywood. You know, shit like that changes.
I know. Listen, if the actors played good. Listen, why isn't his fucking Speed Force yellow? Come on. His Speed Force needs to be yellow, not blue. Come on, man. Everything's too blue. Everything's dark. Make it yellow. I want some color in these fucking movies, man. You know, his Speed Force was blue when he used it to fucking dodge the fucking batarang that he threw at him.
This is a very far out there thing to say, but my initial thought would be that even the pages in the comics that are covered with that yellow and neon lightning are like fucking seizure inducing.
Yeah.
So I could imagine that they're going with the blue, so like people that are like epileptic,
more neutral tone.
Because if you got X amount of 1,000 epileptic people that are a fan of this shit, that you're correct, like this, your demographic is going to be, and that you just killed half of them because you wanted to put yellow lightning, like You see what I'm saying? They probably just wanted to make it more viewable, like, because then people are gonna bitch. Oh, the lightning gave me a headache, like, you know. So they gotta dumb it down. Like, it can't be as cool. Like,
I can understand.
People that can't handle cool shit always fuck up the cool shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, all right. I mean, okay, I can understand that, I guess. But anyway, look, it was really cool to see it in the trailer. But at the same time, if I'm looking at a trailer, I'm, sorry, this fucking thing just started loading up. I'm kind of like, can we just, come on, guys, like, whatever. You know what, whatever. I do want to say this though. Okay, so I'm sorry, just keep clicking on links here. Arthur Curry, why is he so mad? Why are you so mad, bro? You mad, bro? Like, he's so angry.
I think this whole, like, Aquaman should have just been kept the fuck out of it. And instead of Aquaman, they put fucking Cyborg, okay? So instead of Aquaman, why couldn't they put Green Arrow or someone like that? Like, there's like, why couldn't they do fucking Firestorm? Holy shit, that would have been fucking all. Like, what? Come on, Aquaman, really?
Because it's got to be, because Aquaman is one of the original.
Do you know who Roman Reigns is? I don't know if you're up on wrestling, but the motherfucker looks like Roman Reigns. Like, if I show you a picture, you'll laugh your ass off. Like, I'm just like, what is this fucking biker gang tribal tattoo having motherfucker? Like, come on, man. Aquaman's already stupid as hell. Like, I don't want to fucking, like, and like you said,
listen,
why are you so mad? Why are you throwing Batman against the wall for? Like, he's just trying to act you like...
Well, because Batman's taunting him, Batman's being Ben Affleck right now. He's being the fucking dickhead from Mallrats. That's what he's doing. I'm serious. He's being a dick. He's being a dick right now to him to get him to... He's doing it on purpose. Look, I like it. I actually kind of liked it. I kind of liked it that he's trying to get his goat and he's trying to, like... He's doing what he has to do to get these people in there, and it's really funny because, like, he's being a dick to him, but he's kind of like playing with him a little.
But I don't know, dude. It's like, to me, it's like.
But wait. Then he does. Then the Flash, he's about to go into his whole, like, this is why that whole scene was cool, which is why it makes me think the movie is going to be interesting. He's going to be like, I'm in. He's like,
really? That's it?
Really? Oh, okay. Yeah, like, I like that. I thought that was cool.
And the whole part with him catching the batarang was cool as fuck. Because I thought, because the whole throwing something was cool, but, you would expect maybe him to pick up something off Barry's desk and throw it at him or some shit like that. But no, he's probably got the bat suit on under his fucking suit, so the motherfucker just throws a batarang. Yeah. Like, where did that come from? Like, I love that shit.
Well, he wanted him to know that he's revealing himself to him.
When Bruce Wayne goes to fucking executive meetings and shit, he's got batarangs on him just in case. Like,
he's got the fucking gauntlets underneath his fucking clothes, right?
Imagine
all right, so that was pretty cool.
Just deploys the giant spikes and they rip through his suit, and he's just sitting there like, this is a bad way to tell you guys, but I'm Batman. Like, sorry, here you go.
Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, but I mean, I liked it. I like it. I mean, I see the Flash, especially from the show. He's a young guy, but I'd like to see where this kid is. Obviously, if they make him in his 20s and he's working for the crime lab, then all right, fine. I'm good with that. If he's a kid in high school, like, come on, let's not do that. So, but just to kind of bring this to an end, I really briefly want to talk about Victor fucking Stone. Okay, they show him that he was like a football player kind of guy. I'm not a fan of. I'm looking at that image of this fucking suit, dude. I'm not a fan of this. It looks Cyborg.
Did you notice
why
the jaw animation when he talked?
It's all CGI. I'm looking at it right now. It's fucking CGI, robotic. Dude, it's all CGI right now. It's not even okay, but dude, why do you have to have this fucking 80s 3D fractal fucking design fucking suit?
Like, not for nothing, but you're right, where, like, why the fuck is there so much CGI? Like, motherfucking, when Mortal Kombat comes out, these fat, sweaty motherfuckers go home and fabricate fucking flawless suits of, like, Scorpion and Sub-Zero and Sector and Cyrax and shit. Like they're even, like, the Cyborg ones and shit. Flawless recreations. Like, better than any movie you could see. But these Hollywood motherfuckers can't get it right. Because they gotta do weird
right.
shit.
You can't just fucking put a
dude.
dude.
Just spend the fucking hundreds of thousands on CGI that you just spent and put that into a dope ass costume that could have been hung in a fucking museum.
You can make 2 costumes for that.
Exactly.
You can make 2 characters, 2 different characters for that amount of money.
You could have put a whole nother member of the Justice League in the fucking movie for that amount of money. You know, you could have widened the budget.
Exactly. You could have gotten fucking Green Arrow instead of putting a fucking CGI cyborg in there. But my point is, Al, is why can't we just have that sick suit where it's armor? It doesn't look like a fucking rock, a metal rock on him. We vaguely saw in Batman v Superman how the fucking the alien fucking tech went into him and started doing shit to him. But I really don't fucking understand it, man. I really don't understand it, and I don't like it. All right, personally, because his helmet looks all nice and smooth and shit.
Just ditch him and go get my man RoboCop to come in here and take his place.
No, but I'm going to tell you, I've been liking Cyborg more and more. I think, like I said it last week at the Justice League thing, but I kind of like Cyborg. I kind of like what he has to offer. I like his tech.
They pull up on fucking on Doomsday, right? The whole Justice League, and he's like dead or alive, you're coming with me. Like
dead or alive, you're coming. His fucking leg opens up, the fucking automatic pistol comes out, and he points it and says, "Dead or alive, you're coming with me." He shoots
like 3 bursts at Doomsday and just bounces off like it's like nothing. And he's like, "Oh shit!"
And I'll tell you, I'll take, dude. Yeah, seriously. But dude, and then he takes out the fucking Cobra gun that he used to kill Ed 209. He just has to fucking take it, and he just takes that out. But wait, no, I'll even take. It's got to be Peter Weller, number 1, and I'll take a CGI Peter Weller just to make him younger to fit in that mask because. Okay, dude, you made the suit look metal in that. They did it back in 80 fucking in the 80s. You can't fucking make a metal suit.
The old RoboCop suit was the shit and it was real, and the new RoboCop suit was the shit and it was real. I think too, right?
Yeah, it was. He was in a suit, exactly. He was in a legit
both
suit.
of those shits were dope.
Why the
and this motherfucker's driving motorcycles and jumping off of shit. Yeah. And you can't put a fucking. I feel like it was because they're like, oh, it's the Justice League. Let's go all out. Like, no, think a little bit simpler here. Let's think a little bit fucking... For fuck's sake, Batman's cape is CGI. You know that? Motherfucker walks around the whole time.
So Superman's. So is Superman's.
Okay,
yeah,
so Superman's at least flying and shit. And his cape's blowing in the wind. Batman's just walking down the street.
Right, you're doing something with it, yeah.
Just put a fucking leather cape on him. Like, what is the CGI for? Like, goddamn.
Wait, can I also tell you, I'm looking at the new suit on Batman. I think this is not the same suit.
It's different.
I don't like it.
I've seen it.
I don't like it. It looks stupid. It looks very like...
It looks like
very...
If you see them side by side, they look like the exact same suit. Just he took like a darker coat of black spray paint and was just like... Shh. Like, Alfred got cheap on the cosmetics and was like, And
he was just like, yeah.
I'm going to tag you up, sir. And he just like, shh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just... Look... Okay, here's the last thing I have about it, all right? You're making it... First of all, you made this fucking dark, gritty fucking thing all through the fucking trailer, right? You have some funny moments here and there, great. But you intercut with dark, gritty, and then funny moments, and then at the end you have that fucking rock song, and the Justice League words look like they're from, like, Suicide Squad. Like, it's a very playful...
The whole rock song shit was, like, retarded. That was, like... And I get what you're saying. That is a very... Because that's what they do with the Suicide Squad. But that's a Suicide Squad thing, though.
But that's a fucking right.
They walk around, they crack jokes, and they blow shit up, and they're all fucking nuts. Like, that's a Suicide Squad thing.
I don't like this logo. I think
Justice League is supposed to be all the OGs coming together. Like, y'all got to be mature. Like, turn off that rock and play like some fucking Stevie Wonder or some shit. Y'all got to be wise. Like, you can't be party animals. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But one thing I do think is funny though is still to this day everybody's saying how shitty this Ben Affleck Batman is and how Christian Bale Batman's the best ever. But could you imagine his little pipsqueak ass in this movie?
But why do you say pipsqueak? Dude, he wasn't that small. I don't know why. Michael Keaton was smaller,
Michael
dude.
Keaton still, as a character, was better. Christian Bale, literally, his voice, his mannerisms, everything brought attention to the fact that to me anyway, at least because I read the comics and shit, brought attention to the fact that he just wasn't like big enough in stature, in personality, in suit.
You see, I didn't think so.
Stupid little suit that's hugging his cheeks. He looks like a fucking 5-year-old on Halloween. You know, I hated it. I feel like if Christian
really
Bale's walking around in this trailer, like, oh, join the Justice League. What the fuck did you just say? Like, you know, like I just feel like that's not like it just doesn't. It would not have been.
All right,
at least for this like really Hollywood.
Because you're a Frank Miller fanboy, and that's fine.
I'm not a Frank Miller fanboy. I'm a big.
And that's
scary,
fine. You are.
No, I'm
so
a big scary dark Batman fanboy. Like that's what I like. I'm a holy shit. Batman's 9 feet tall and he's got fangs that drip drool. Like I'm that fucking Batman fanboy. I'm not this like.
Well, look. It is what it is. They were what they were for that. I liked it. I liked the Nolan
best Batman of all time is George Clooney.
Oh, I actually like. I like.
No, I'm totally kidding. George Clooney's was terrible. I liked Val Kilmer's only because I feel like it complemented, like we were talking about with the villains. Like I loved fucking Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey.
Yeah, and if you want to talk about, listen, we're gonna save that. We're gonna save that because our Batman episode
we have a lot to
is coming soon. In August, we're gonna. I'm saying it now, so you're gonna have to hold me to it. All right, Al. In August, we will have our Batman episode out at some point in August.
We're doing Hollywood movies, cartoon movies, and do you want to throw in video games also?
I don't know. There's a lot. There may be a part 1 and a part. There might be 3 parts to this actually, and at least 2 parts because we might do the Hollywood. But there's a lot of movies to get through.
Series, only because I feel like that's the only proper video game depiction of Batman ever.
Okay, so we're gonna listen. We're gonna have to get through. They're gonna have a bunch of parts, and those will come out in months. We're not gonna do it all at once. But our part 1 of our Batman initial, maybe we'll just go in order, dude. Maybe we'll just go chronologically and just be like, we'll start at Batman, Tim Burton, Batman, work over to shoot.
We gotta start at that terrible ass fucking 66 Batman movie. The one when he's running around with the bomb.
That was a beautiful movie.
With the bomb, and he walks into the water, and the fucking ducks are swimming. And he's like,
dude. See, what you don't get is, I was a kid. Listen, I was a kid when those came out. I saw those in reruns, and that was fucking awesome to me, man.
The ducks were like rubber duckies on a string.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking funny, man. Dude, that Batmobile, come on, man.
God.
All right, so maybe we'll briefly talk about that. All right. So listen, let's stop. Let's stop that. All right, we're done with Justice League because apparently we just don't care enough to actually talk about the fucking movie.
Another subject change. Fuck.
We just keep. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. So why don't we do? Lastly, and we won't talk too much, guys. We're almost done here. Okay, we're gonna talk about the Doctor Strange trailer. We're gonna talk about the whatchamacallit, ComicCon Doctor Strange trailer, okay? Okay, so I gotta say this. I'm happy to see this type of thing out there, okay? Where it's just fucking magic and like fucking, it looks like fucking Inception, it's so slow motion. I like it. I'm gonna tell you.
I've been very, very into like high fantasy and magic and conjuring and stuff like that, like games and movie wise.
I think this is gonna be
I've been
dope,
loving
man.
That shit. So I'm seeing this, I'm like, wow, this is fucking cool, man. And like when he's standing there and like all of reality looks like cubes and shit, like that's
Inception,
so cool,
fuck
man.
yeah, dude. And
we're gonna see that shit 3D as fuck, so it's gonna look so cool.
Oh fuck
man.
yeah,
like,
dude, hell yeah!
I can't wait.
The teleport, the portal that they use, that spinny fire thing is. It just looks.
Dude,
if you ever had to make a visual effects movie with a shit ton of CGI, this is
move
where
over
you
Cyborg
suit.
Dude,
yeah, fuck you, Cyborg suit. Dude, the shot in the trailer where he's got the fucking it's a rune. It's like this moving rune type thing on his arm. Oh, I just noticed it now. It goes up his whole arm. Yeah. Oh, that's so sick. Where he's practicing the magic and he's got that green. He's practicing. The spell is out in his hand, and I just noticed it. It goes up. It looks like fucking Destiny, dude. Where it's like goes up his arm and it's glowing, but it's like it's motion tracked to his hand. So as he's moving, it's moving. Dude, it looks so dope. I just like that shit. I think it's going to be so cool.
He conjures up the thing real quick, and he's like, oh, shit. Like, he's like, oh, man.
Yeah. He was like, oh shit. I'm just getting more and more excited for this.
I love DC. I've been all about DC, like, as far as reading comics, but Marvel kicks ass in the movies, dude. In the fucking in cinema, in the cinema, Marvel kicks fucking ass. Like, their movies are always spot on. I very, very, very rarely have anything bad to say, and if I do have anything bad to say about them, the bad shit like doesn't even remotely touch the good shit.
It's just because your brain is telling you I have to mention something about
like this. I thought this was stupid, but this other 59 minutes of the movie was fucking wonderful. Even though this little 5 minutes sucked. Like, look, you know what I mean? They're just so fucking awesome. They're always. I feel when I look at these, even the trailers, because let's face it, the trailers of these Marvel movies seem to be coming out a little bit better than the whole movies of the DC ones, right? So.
Yeah, seriously,
so like,
you're right.
I don't know,
you're right,
man. I watch these shits and I'm like, how does Marvel get this so right and DC doesn't?
Because they have people making I think they have the people that are making the movies are fans of the characters.
But
what I'm saying? Like they say, like Zack Snyder doesn't really get Superman. I thought that was
the whole thing. Is that Zack Snyder was supposed to be the whole genius that did understand everything? Like,
well, Al, apparently not. Sorry, everyone. Apparently that was not the case.
Because when you look at the movie, it appealed to the comic audience. It appealed to the comic audience. You know what I mean? So even though it had
listen, you did one thing right, and that was to fucking use Frank Miller's version more or less.
No, but it appealed.
Okay?
It appealed.
That was the one thing.
It was straight to the comic audience, though. Which isn't. It's not a smart.
But the story
thing to
sucked,
do.
though.
It's not a smart thing to do with a movie that's basically a first part, because like this is the first time we're seeing this Batman. So this Batman versus Superman is essentially a part one. So you can't. It wasn't a smart move to do to take the whole comic route and incorporate a bunch of these storylines that you don't understand without reading them in the comics. And then if you ask me, the story sucked because fucking Superman sucks, and he was
all right. You know what though? Hold on. Let's get back to the trailer because we keep getting off on these tangents, and I had not planned on these trailers.
But this is what happens every time we talk
this long. I know, and that's fine, But I feel like we keep rehashing Batman v Superman, and I'm kind of getting over it. Don't you feel like it's like we've been saying the same things over and over? So let's just finish this episode. Let's just finish strong. Finish with this fucking sick ass trailer for Doctor Strange. I'm happy for Marvel. I'm happy for all that shit. I just watched his cape go on by itself. Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
He throws it around like.
And it just lands on him. I'm sorry, dude. It just looks so fun. It just fucking looks fun. There's gonna be that comedy. They fucking Shambhala. He hands him a card that says Shambhala, and he's like, "That's our Wi-Fi password. We're not animals. You know what I mean? We're not savages." He says or whatever.
Wi-Fi password.
I just look. I think it's going to be great.
Really quick little side thing that I think is funny between this and the Justice League trailer is that if you look at the YouTube comments on the Justice League trailer, everyone is so fucking mad about the jokes. They're like, "Why is it? What is all this humor? What is all?" Flat, stupid jokes. But then if you go on the Doctor Strange one, there's none of that. And I don't think there's ever been a single complaint about any joke in any Marvel movie ever. But DC's like, hey, we have a sense of humor too. And they're like, fuck you, shut up. I don't want to hear them.
Look over here. They're jumping up, breaking their fucking necks and arms and raise their hand. Look over here.
Again, another thing that Marvel seems to do effortlessly that DC struggles with.
Yeah, good word, man. Yeah, definitely effortlessly, man. It's just, and that's why I remain a Marvel Universe, the Chinema version of Marvel shit. I'm a Marvel fanboy when it comes to that because say what you want, there are plot holes in every one of their movies, but at that point, by the time this comes out, in 2017, there's gonna be 15 fucking movies. Spread across how many characters?
Hollywood comes with plot holes, man. Every movie
exactly. But that's what I'm saying.
But movies in the history of Hollywood that don't have plot holes, fucking.
Well, and even then they do, but they're so minimal that you don't even consider them.
You know?
So
it comes with it.
So exactly. So this trailer looks fucking cool. I'm excited. I'm just, you know what? Look, I'm just excited in general that we're getting a new crop, and I call it a new crop because I mean, think about it. The X-Men came out, and you know that was not the very beginning, but it was a new beginning for comic book movies, and I've enjoyed. And I started. You know, then Spider-Man, okay, all back in 2000, 2001, late 90s. And, you know, I was like, half of my DVD collection, and I don't even collect DVDs anymore, and half of them are all superhero movies because I fucking loved them because, again, I used to want to draw comics.
Yeah, my dad was a huge fan of the Marvel.
I was so
movie.
into that
my
shit.
Dad bought every fucking one of them down to Elektra.
Like, I even had it. Yeah, I sold that one.
But
I had. Yeah, I still
like
have. I have the Ben Affleck
dedication.
Daredevil. I had Elektra.
Like, buying Ben Affleck Daredevil is one thing, but if you bought Elektra, like you are a fan.
I know,
man. I salute you.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, dude.
No other movie is more is more pathetic than that one. Like if you bought that one, you're a fan. Like, so
right.
I thought that was funny.
It's a good point. So anyway, yeah. So this was a really long episode, guys. Let us know what you think. You know, leave some comments. I'd love to hear from you guys about everything we talked about. Again, you know, I'm not apologizing for the length because I think we had some good conversation. We talked about a lot of stuff. I just want to do honorable mentions for the trailers from Comic-Con. King Arthur, the Legend of the Sword, looks fucking goddamn awesome. I love King Arthur. Don't get me started on fucking King Arthur. That's another one of my fucking childhood fucking thing. I love King Arthur. And The Sword and the Stone, the Disney movie, I love that movie. It's so good. And so this King Arthur Legends of the Sword, like, you know, Excalibur was a fucking fantastic film. And we should do a whole episode on that thing, man. That's a fucking great film. And then there was you know, then there was that King Arthur with I forget the actor's name, and that one was okay. But this King Arthur looks awesome. And then another staple of my childhood. So that's one staple. Another staple is King Kong. All right? And my brother and I always had a fight. My brother was Godzilla all the way. He was Team Godzilla, and I was Team Kong.
Okay, well, right off the bat, King Kong has to win because the 1930-something version of King Kong was
the American version. He won.
No. Just comparing the movies, like the 1930-something version of King Kong was like amazing. Like to this day, I think it's fucking great.
Of course.
But then every single Godzilla movie ever seems to just be total shit. Like they're fun to watch and they're classics and stuff like that.
But they're great,
really
though.
not
They're great
good movies. Though.
Listen, Godzilla 1989, you can't, dude. That is my brother. That's our fucking movie,
as a movie, though, like I'm talking about fucking. Dude,
Raymond Burr is in that. God damn it! Come on,
like King Kong wise here. I'm talking about storyline, the setting.
Oh well, King Kong. Yeah, well, Kong beats in the beats.
The tribe was like, weren't they like real? They were like that was really them.
Oh, they're
right?
fucking cannibals and shit.
That was really who they were in the movie. That wasn't a cast, right? I heard that was
right. No, yeah, they did. They filmed, yeah.
And then like King Kong for the time looked great. Like that was fucking Fay Ray. Wasn't that Fay Ray too as well? Like.
Yeah,
all around was fucking great as a movie. Like I always lean towards King Kong, man. Always
King Kong. Yeah,
they're doing King Kong versus Godzilla.
So like I said,
though, I heard.
Are they?
Yes.
Oh my god, that'd be so fucking.
The
only problem is that
Godzilla. It's very.
I did, yeah. The all Japanese one where everyone is talking but it's silent. Yeah. But they're talking. It's like how come we don't hear any fucking dialogue?
Like,
What's going on?
Really cool.
He's got the lava in his skin. Like he's basically at the point where he's like, I'm super.
But it doesn't seem like it has anything to do with that last one.
No, it doesn't. And wait, and his tail is like triple the size of his body.
He's like watching the trailers, like scary almost. You're like, damn, this guy's fucking scary.
It is.
Man.
He's big. Yeah, I know they did fucking good. But anyway, so yeah, staples of our childhood. So the King Arthur and Kong. If you haven't seen those trailers, go check them out. Two of my the staples of my childhood, and I'm fucking super psyched. And Kong looks awesome. Like I'm gonna go out and say it. Kong looks awesome.
Yeah, the Kong
the Peter Jackson Kong. Yeah, dude, watch the trailer and watch King Arthur trailer. That it looks so cool, dude. Guy Ritchie made that King Arthur movie.
And
Guy
while
Ritchie,
we're on the subject, also, the newest King Kong rendition was another outstanding like pinnacle of its time fucking movie, like one of my favorites of all time. Fucking.
Wait, you mean the Peter Jackson?
Yeah, Jack Black.
What are you talking
about? Fucking. I said King Kong, right? I didn't say Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say I was gonna say like that movie was okay. I mean, don't get me wrong.
What with the fucking?
But don't forget,
fighting
you don't understand.
The fucking dinosaurs that were like, dude.
Yeah,
my dad went back
I know.
and timed how long that was because he loved that scene so much, and it was like 15, 20 minutes or some shit that they were fighting. Like, that was fucking crazy. And then when they fall in the trench and there's the fucking leech things that come out and it's swallowing the guy's head and his arms, like
it was definitely, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again. Wait, I think I have it on DVD.
It was like 4 hours long, but I didn't care. I thought it was fucking great. Like,
yeah, I have to go back and watch that one. I did enjoy it, but I also grew up with, like you said, the 30s one, and then I grew up with the 70s one
with Jeff Bridges. Yeah,
with Jeff Bridges and Faye Dunaway. I mean,
I can't say nothing bad about that.
If anything, that's the quintessential Kong that I fucking that I loved. And then Mighty Joe Young.
That was another one.
Fucking fantastic. And I'm not talking the newer one with Bill Pullman and Bill Paxton and what's her name, Charlize Theron. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the 1930s, 40s, whatever it was, 50s, whatever I forget when it comes out. But the claymation one, fucking great fucking film. Those two I mean, those are just But anyway, so again, we could do a whole nother fucking episode and all this stuff. Anyway, guys, listen, we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much for listening to us. We really appreciate it. Please leave comments, leave the likes, give us a rating on iTunes or wherever the fuck you're listening to us. Check out TheComicsNoob.com. That's where you can get all archived versions of this show or iTunes. Please check me out at TheComicsNoob on Twitter, at TheComicsNoob. You can check me and Alec both out on Instagram at TheComicsNoob. We both upload there, and people are really liking the stuff we're putting up there, so thank you very much for that. And also, you can get Alec is the Cult of Personality on Instagram. He puts up some sweet shit, so check him out too. That's on Instagram. I haven't started a Facebook yet for this channel. I guess I should at some point. So that'll be happening. But I think that's it. I think that's. Did I miss any other place? Again, you can get us on SoundCloud, iTunes, ComicSnoob.com, Stitcher, a bunch of places. YouTube. The YouTube channel is in the link somewhere down there. It's not actually named yet, the channel. It's just like, channel, blah, 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 words, letters, numbers, symbols, sounds. But, sooner or later, once we get enough uploads and followers, we can change that. And, but that's it, guys. Thank you so much for listening again. I hope you enjoyed the content that we're providing. We love doing this. We love that, we have some people listening to us. And I really can't express how much I appreciate you guys listening. It's really, really fun. And please start talking to us. Start telling us what you think and giving us suggestions on new things to read. I'm soaking it all in. Big stuff, some good gaming stuff coming. And I even want to start a gaming podcast. I don't know. I might start a gaming podcast.
Let's do that.
I just like doing
that. Please.
I've had that in the works for a long time. And we may be starting a gaming podcast. I'll start an entirely new persona. No, it'll be a Ronin Gaming podcast. It'll be Ronin Gaming. So again, check out Ronin Gaming, Ronin1011 on Twitter. YouTube is Ronin1011, RONIN 1011, all one word, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Twitch. Those are the main places you can find me. I also have an Instagram, Ronin Gaming, where we do a lot. Where I do my gaming stuff. I've gotten back into streaming. And I haven't, because I had done it for a few months since we started this, but we're back. We're doing that. And a bunch of other shit. If you could also please check out Two Punch, TOO Punch, one word, on YouTube, or check out Me and Herman on YouTube. Those are two channels. Those are my comedy channels that I do with a partner of mine that I've known for 20 years. We've been writing and filming stuff for 20 years now together. And so check out all that stuff. Bring a lot of good content. We're building the little media empire here, just like a bunch of other people that we like to follow, taking a lead from a bunch of people. A lot of good stuff out there, guys, and I'm just glad you guys hang out and listen to us. So thank you very much. And anything else? You got anything? That's it? All right. So that's it. That's it till next week. Next week we got The Flash. We've got a bunch of other stuff. I don't know. We got The Flash coming next week with a bunch of other stuff. I don't remember. But that's it. So, all right. Love you guys. Thank you very much. And we are done. So, peace out.